The thing about infidelity is it's incredibly isolating, both for the betrayed, and especially for the betrayed, but also to the unfaithful. Once infidelity comes out, we can feel incredibly alone. I remember early on, I tried to get help. It was somewhat of a disaster and didn't really go very well. And I was really completely devastated at how quickly I felt alone and abandoned and really kind of left for dead. Samantha would echo those sentiments in that it was mind-boggling, just really gut-wrenching at how quickly everybody left Samantha. Now, the spiritual leaders within our organization really made the mistake of telling people to leave Samantha alone, that she needed privacy and respect, yet she was surrounded by hundreds of people that really did love her in our kind of former life. In many ways, it was just the wrong thing to say. And I'm not harping on that. It's just a statement. But I remember within about 3 or 4 days how alone and abandoned Samantha felt. Now, I could understand that you would do that to me because of the shame and the attacks and all of that, but the betrayed spouse to feel alone and abandoned was really unfair. However, that happens more times than you can imagine to the betrayed spouse. You see, it's challenging because here you're in maybe one of the biggest crises of your entire life, but yet typically, and it's the exception if this is not the truth for you, is that you're more alone than you've ever felt trying to handle this incredible devastation of something so demeaning, degrading, and it just forces you to a point where you feel so hopeless, and then you have so few people around you. It's a recipe for disaster. We kind of have a saying around here is that we know so many of you, both unfaithful and betrayed, suffer silently. You feel like there's no one that can relate to your story, and it is very hard to find people that can relate to you. It's very hard to find people that will look you in the eye and not judge you, condemn you, shame you, or feel this kind of weird pity that you're not really wanting, right? And so today I want to encourage you to consider an option that is available for you. There came a day where I had to hear a pretty hard truth from my mentor. I was still holding on to a little bit of self-pity, but I had gained a little bit of momentum in my recovery. And I kept kind of making myself the exception to every story I would hear or what have you. And my mentor, who had been through infidelity, said something to me that I'll never forget. It's a tough statement to hear, so please be gracious in your reaction to it. But he said to me, "Samuel, you're as alone as you want to be." And it really kicked me in the teeth. And I realized it was a truth because I kind of kept separating myself. Well, I'm not like them, and I'm different, and I was, in the public eye, blah, blah, blah. And it really spoke to me when he called me out and said, "You're as alone as you want to be." And I had to kind of mull it over, but I agreed with him. And I do think there is a time. Now, early on, that's tough to hear, and I don't know that that may fit your situation. But as you gain a little bit of momentum, and as you kind of get your head back above water a little bit, and you get your bearings about you, there is a point where I think someone of a leadership nature can say to you that statement, which is, you are as alone as you want to be. And I hope that you hear that very graciously today, because I really want to appeal to you to consider taking one of our online courses at affairrecovery.com. You see, I am incredibly fortunate to receive messages literally from all over the world, from so many of you. We have this very tight-knit community on Twitter, on YouTube. It's a joy. It really is. And I know so many of you are looking for people that can relate to you. And when you take a course online, there's a course called Harboring Hope, which is for betrayed spouses, both male and female. There's another course called Hope for Healing, which is for unfaithfuls, both men and women. And then there's a course for couples called the EMS Online. The thing that I want to focus on today is not just the fact that it's an infidelity specific approach, but the fact that there are group leaders within those online courses to support you, stand with you, and be a form of community that can relate to you, not make you feel like an albatross, not make you feel like the exception, but just over the phone say to you, I get it. Like, I understand that. I felt that way too. Or you know what? I know exactly what you're feeling. Without shame, without guilting you, without marginalizing you, just making you feel affirmed, making you feel validated, making you feel like you're not alone. Now, from time to time, I have had a few people say, well, Samuel, look, you're great, but you're just trying to sell product, you're trying to push these products. Look, it's important that you understand, I received no commissions for getting people into online courses. I received no commissions for trying to get people to do the EMS weekend. These are simply products that changed Samantha's life and my life. They are products, they are opportunities, they are support groups that do require an investment, but are life-changing, if only for the fact that you have a support group around you that is going to be in your corner, cheering you on every single week. And you have access to a group leader that is there to help you find healing, find support, find a way out of the mess that you are in. There's many of you all over the world. Finances are tight. These courses are not super cheap. There is a scholarship application that you can apply for any of the online courses. And so I just want to encourage you to reach out. Come out from the private hell that I know so much about to get the help that you need. One of the biggest antidotes to shame is community. One of the biggest antidotes to addiction is finding a safe community where you can feel normal, you can feel safe. So I appeal to you today. I thank each and every one of you for watching and for commenting and subscribing. I'm so glad that you have found maybe the Twitter community or the YouTube community or affairrecovery.com a safe place. I would challenge you, if you're ready to hear the statement, you are as alone as you want to be, I would encourage you to reach out, consider taking a group, file for a scholarship, but there are some wonderful people that will support you and stand with you on your recovery journey.